And howdy 40K fans. Stop, Mike. We're here with another battle report for you today. It's going to be 2,000 points. My Tyranids versus Sandman, Mike.
Oh, get my good side.
And his Grey Knights. And we are 2,000 points, like I said. It's been a long time since I've played, Mike. It's been a while, I think.
A couple months.
Yeah. And we actually ended up rolling the Relic and Dawn of War deployment. And I rolled off to go first. Mike is yet to seize the initiative, but before we do that, we're going to go over army list real quick and deployment. So let's go with me first. I got my standard Swarm Lord right here, kind of sitting in the middle of the board, with 2 Hive Guard with Lash Whips. Not Hive Guard, Tyrant Guard with Lash Whips. I've got a Turvagon right over here, and I've got a Turvagon right over here. Further on, I've got squad of Gaunts right here, and 2 Hive Guard over here, and then all the way over here, again, 2 more Hive Guard. In reserve, I actually running a Flying Hive Tyrant, 2 Devourers, 2 Trigon Primes, and then my Set Explore and 15 Double Gaunts. So that's my list. Mike, go over your list real quick.
Alright, so I'm running Grey Knights. I got Codias with a squad of 10 Terminators. We got the Banner, 2 Psy Cannons, Halberds, whatever the hell his name is, Thawne, and 2 Hammers. Then we got 2 Dreadnoughts with autocannons, of course. We've got a squad of Strike here, 10 man, 2 Psy Cannons. Then we got another full 10-man Strike Squad and a Rhino, and another 10-man Strike Squad and a Rhino. And for my Psychic Powers, I rolled Prescience and Foreboding.
Don't forget your Dread Knight.
Oh, and I have a Dread Knight. Oh, 360.
Alright. I'm not going to go over my Psychic Powers. I've got 4 Psychers. I rolled like everything except for Endurance this time. First game ever, so already it's going to go downhill before we even start rolling. So, roll for initiative. See if you can do it.
Nope.
3.
And a 3.
And a 3. So, here we go. On to my turn 1. Alright, on my turn 1, I just moved up the Hive Guard. This Turvagon over here, and these Hive Guard over here. The best we were able to do was take off a whole point on that Rhino over there and mobilize that Rhino over there. So, Mike, I just forgot Mike's in the middle of his turn too, so I'll come right back after he finishes. Alright, Mike's turn 2. What ended up happening here? So, these guys and something else, doesn't really matter, opened up over here, blew away the Hive Guard. These guys and like one of the whatever Dreadnoughts come over here, blew away these Hive Guard. The Strike Squad over here shot over here at this Turvagon, who by the way rolled 9-9 on the Iron Arm. Yeah, look at that. Alright. Just, you know, use your imagination, guys. I don't really need to talk to you about it. So then over here, because of Prescience and 10 Paladins, 2 Psy Cannons.
They're not Paladins. They're
okay, Terminators, whatever. Alright, Prescience, 2 Psy Cannons, and everything else. Notice the missing Turvagon. Yeah, well, you hit.
Dreadnought helps.
You hit with everything.
I did hit with everything.
13 wounds on a strength or toughness 6 monstrous creature.
Strength 5.
13 wounds.
Out of
all right.
20 shots.
Yeah, and then of course the other Psy Cannon Dreadnought finished it off. So, thank God for oh, by the way, yeah, he repaired everything. So. Guys, if you want some golden dice, next time you see Mike, punch him out and take the dice.
They're only good about 1 every 3 games.
Okay, well this is your 3rd game apparently.
Yeah.
So, alright, on to my turn 2. Alright, my turn was kind of unproductive. Everything supposedly came in. However, my Set Explore decided to try to drop over there. Went into Warp Quake range, but they're going to go in ongoing reserve, so not a huge deal. Moved up the Turvagon and Swarm Lord to this side, doing what I can for cover and things like that. See what happens, and put in Shadows of the Warp into the Psychics. Then, like, scattered majorly for that Trigon over here. Even more so for this one over here. He actually landed on target, but shooting phase put another hull point on that. That Mike's probably about to fix again anyways. And then ended up taking 2 out of this strike squad over here. So, on to his turn 2. Alright, looking pretty bleak for the Tyranids. On hit Mike's turn of shooting, ended up taking out the Swarm Lord. And I think that's really it. Ended up putting a wound on here only because I was flying and hit the ground hard. And over here, the Terminators ended up charging in on Turvagon. And yeah, just put a wound on him. Nothing too major. So, on to my turn 3. Alright, my turn 3 was even worse, if you can believe it. Over here, the Turvagon ended up rolling 7-7 for the Iron Arm, so I ended up getting gacked over here. Even though I tried to spawn Gaunts, it didn't really matter because I exploded, all the Gaunts died with it. Stupid rule, still. The Hive Tyrant charged over here. Yeah, no Hive Tyrant. So, guys, all I have left, 2 Trigons that basically deep striked way out of the way. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Gaunts who are now out of synapse. So, yeah. See how the rest of the game goes. I don't scoop because I lose. I make my opponent beat me, even though it's inevitable. So, on to Mike's turn 4.
3.
3. Okay, make me feel better. Table me on turn 3. Awesome. Go for it. Continuing on with Tyranid bad news, guess what happened? Oh, I didn't get table guys, by the way. I'll get there in a second. Oh, there he is. So, yeah, pretty much all that's left. See what I can do here. Pretty much nothing. So, we'll have some fun here. See what happens on this turn and go from there. Oh, wait, I saw my Spore Pod. Yeah, I know. Alright, so, on my turn 4.
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, so, first, so on turn 2, right, I have my Spore Pod that comes down to Warp Quake, so it goes back into reserve, on ongoing reserve. Next round, comes back down, goes into Warp Quake, goes back into reserve on ongoing reserve. This round comes back in, proceeds to scatter a full 11 inches directly into the unit that had actually cast Warp Quake, the only one that cast Warp Quake. And this time I actually rolled a 1 for it to actually deep strike mishap and get destroyed. And so I'm thinking to myself, alright, let's just find something to shoot and try to charge. So the only thing that was in range, sadly, was the Rhino. I was going to charge, try to get something out, but I ended up actually wrecking it with shots on this turn when everything is pretty much ridiculous. Guys, I don't know what's going on with my dice. Bad dice day, I guess, whatever. So Mike, all you got left is a 6-wound Trigon, whatever. And 2 turns, 3 turns technically to do it. But go for it. Alright, there it is. End of turn 4. Mike finally killed the last Trigon. And that was it for that game. So, what did I learn? First thing I learned with this kind of a gunlining kind of army, I think the deep striking was actually kind of a bad idea. Not necessarily because of Warp Quake, but just because I basically was facing 2,000 points versus probably about 1,000, maybe something like that, which really kind of hampered me on the first turn, especially. And it really kind of hampered me as far as knowing what he was shooting about moving forward. I think if I had more targets on the field, I would have basically like we say on the podcast, make him make mistakes or try to make mistakes. Thing is, that's why I like playing Mike. Mike doesn't make a whole lot of mistakes, so it really helps me to actually step up my game and try to learn from each game. And that's also, why I like playing Mike against his Grey Knights. I mean, Grey Knights are a bad matchup for Tyranids to begin with, but at the same time, it's more like I play to learn. It's not so much knowing that, why am I just handing my butt to him, I guess. It's just more of I want to learn how to play the really hard matchups, and I think that's partly why I do very well against Grey Knights in tournaments per se, is because I fight a very good player regularly. But so with that being said, Mike, I think you lost a grand total of like two or three Terminators. How much?
4 Terminators and Thawne. 2 Knights and a Rhino.
So that was pretty much it. And so, what do you think of the match?
Well, I had a lot of fun. It's been a while since I've played Grey Knights. I've only played like 3 or 4 games since the new edition dropped. Kenny said he wanted to have a tough game against me when we were talking about it before the podcast, so I brought something that I thought would be a tough matchup for Grey Knights or for Tyranids, and something that I'm probably going to start trying to run in tournaments until I get my Chaos up and running. But I had a lot of fun, and it's always good playing you.
All right. So, guys, go check out our podcast at theheroic28s.com. If you have any questions that you want to ask us about our list, any kind of tactics that we employed, you can email us at theheroic28s@gmail.com. Check out our current Codex reviews. We are currently in the middle, as of October, what is today, the 18th, we're in the middle of the Necron review, and November I've pretty much designated as chaos, as the month of Chaos, so we're going to be, the entire month will be devoted to Chaos, so I'll try to get some battle reports for that, and so check us out on the podcast, and check us out here again, so see you later.